Okay, Taurus, sun, moon, and rising. You have Uranus transiting your sign for the next 5, 6 years. It will leave your sign and go into the sign of Gemini in 2026. So we are really at the beginning of this transit right now. As I'm recording this, it is August 2020. And today, Uranus is at 10 degrees retrograde, and he will be going back to 6 degrees of Taurus in your sign. And that will be in January of 2021 that he will push forward and continue on this transit through your sign. So this is a very powerful and dynamic time for you. Of course, once in a lifetime opportunity to grab a hold to this transformative and powerful equality bringing, rebellion bringing, freedom bringing energy of Uranus. So Uranus was last in the sign of Taurus, as I said at the beginning, in the early 1900s, 1927. He entered into the sign of Taurus, stayed there for 7 years, and moved on, and now is back. So this is a brilliant opportunity. I am a Taurus sun myself, so this is an opportunity for us to transform ourselves with this brilliant light. So Uranus in the first house is changing the physical self, how it is that the Taurians perceive or feel that they should look, as far as wearing, your hair in a particular type of way, or cutting it off bald, going bald, something bold and unique, and freedom bearing, freedom, making a declaration of freedom about your body, about yourself. Really, it encompasses your whole life because it is your sign. Depending on where you have Venus in your chart, Venus is the ruler of your chart. If you are a Taurus rising, Venus rules your chart. So whatever is happening with Venus, Uranus will affect what is happening with your natal Venus during this time. And so if you have Uranus moving through your first house, you will see changes again in your body. You may decide that you want to have some surgeries. You may want to change, your physical appearance. You will see that your physical appearance does change drastically. And when it is all said and done, at the end of this transit, you will go back and look at pictures and you will look like a completely different person. The freedom and the light that Uranus is bringing to you, Taurus, at this time is immeasurable, because as Taurians, we can be stubborn, we can be stuck in one way of thinking and doing and being. Uranus is bringing in the light and transformative lightning power in such a way to our bodies and to our whole lives, in such a way that things that it is that you thought you were not able to do or be, or thought perhaps you needed permission to step into the type of independence that Uranus brings, you find that you don't need that. You find over this transit that you take on a new sense of self-reliance, relying on your thoughts, your methods of doing things, your ways of seeing things, being more open in your heart and mind to accept the changes that are being brought about in the earth, a connection back to the earth, back to Mother Earth, back to an appreciation. Oh, it's so interesting. Appreciation for earth tradition, an appreciation for touching the earth, an appreciation for touching the grass and touching the trees, and understanding how far we have come away from that. So as Taurians, finding a new independence with a reconnection with the earth. Uranus is bringing in a light and a truth about what it means to connect with the earth. Apart from how we have been socialized, apart from how we have become dependent upon government agencies, dependent upon commercialism. So as Taurians, a newfound independence rising up as we return to traditions of old. A newfound independence within self, not having to ask permission from anybody else to do and be and present our bodies, our ways of doing things in the way that we so choose. Now, the Uranus in the first house will be making an opposition to Scorpio, our 7th house, or for Taurus rising, sun or moon as well. And so this is going to be a change in how it is that we see ourselves in relationships. Freedom, needing freedom to be ourselves in relationships. The way that the relationship and partnerships have been accepted will no longer be acceptable. There is a need from the Taurian to have a partner who understands equality, who understands respect, who understands partnership that allows for freedom of thought and being and individualism. And if that is not there from the partner, then this transit can cause a separation. It can cause a separation because there is a need. There is a need for a higher way of thinking from people that we partner with. And with this newfound energy, Aquarian energy, that is moving through our bodies and through our lives, it brings on this ability to be alone if necessary. As the Aquarian energy can be and is very independent and charting its own course. And that is the energy that is being brought into the Taurians at this time, an ability to chart your own course. And if there is a partner or someone who is trying to hold on and dictate what it is that you can and cannot do, it will not be tolerated under this energy of Uranus at this time. Now, on the 10th house and 4th house cusps, you have Aquarius and Leo. So in the 4th house, you have Leo. On the 10th house, you have Aquarius. So during the Aquarius season, as the sun and moon and Mercury, Venus move through the Leo house, which is your 4th house, is going to be making a square to your ascendant or your 1st house or your sun or your moon. And this is going to bring lightning change, lightning information to you as it relates to your home. it is an energy of upset, where you begin to realize that some things that are at home or in the home or the place that you have been living is not what you want it to be. It's not allowing you the independence that you need. It's not allowing the freedom that you need. It's not allowing an equality that you need. It's not allowing you to share your light and chart your course. So in the home area and the people that live with you, there may be challenging conversations, surprising conversations that come up. That can be challenging, where you realize that perhaps you were leaning too heavily on people in your home, having expectations of them that they would perhaps support the change that you are making, support your way of thinking and being, only to find out that that is not the case. This type of surprising frustration can come up as those during the Leo season. And then it causes you to see the truth of the situation. See the truth of how it is that those closest to you and your family, or they live with you, family members of origin, or like I said, people who live in your home, or even if you are renting, your landlord, because the fourth house has to do with land as well. That maybe some home improvements that you wanted to make, you're not able to make because there is a frustration between you and your landlord. And it's shocking, because you thought that you were able to get along and you thought that you could do what you needed to do, only to find out that your landlord is not allowing you the type of freedom that you need and independence of thought that you need, and allowing you to make the decisions in the home that you thought you would be able to make. And when you have this type of energy, you may decide, okay, I need to move, because above everything, you are looking for freedom. You are looking for independence. You are looking for autonomy at this time more than anything. And this energy is bringing this more and more as the transit continues. And even as it goes through a retrograde, it's going back to make sure that this area and those degrees, those early degrees, are locked solid. You know, it was pushing forward and said, okay, let me go back over this area and make sure that that this Taurian gets this dose of freedom loving and freedom needing, and this dose of energy that supports the autonomy that is a part of the age of Aquarius that we are either on the cusp of or have fully entered into. And then during the Aquarius season, the planets that are in the sign of Aquarius will be squaring this Uranus that's in your first house. So we're talking about the 10th house. We're talking about your reputation in the world. We're talking about your career. So there is a square that will be coming up to this Uranus in your first house of self. And again, you will be asking the hard questions about where I am, my reputation in the world, the people who are part of my career, my manager, my boss, you know, the higher ups. What they have going on does not jive with me, is the frustration that could be coming in with Uranus making that square to all of those planets that will move through your 10th house during the Aquarius season. So this is every year through this transit, during these seasons of those planets moving through your 10th house, is going to challenge you that much more to answer the question of, are you? So Uranus is asking you, are you in the right place? Are you doing what it is that you are supposed to be doing? Are you satisfied with your reputation in the world? Are you satisfied with the superiors that you have? Is this space of your reputation in the world and your career, is it fulfilling to you? So as that square comes in, it causes you to look at your whole life. The square from the planets in Aquarius coming in and hitting Uranus, which is in your first house, and it's causing you to ask this very deep and serious question. And with Uranus, there is nothing that you have but the truth, because Uranus brings this lightning, and he brings the truth to the situation, and there will be no lies to be had. And so it forces you, that because of the uncomfortable situation that the Uranus square brings to those planets in the sign of Aquarius, you will come to a place where you are truthful with yourself and move yourself into the truth of what it is that you want your life to look like, and in operation of what you want, how you want your life to operate. And then when we have the planets move into the water signs, it is going to make a trine, or an easy energy, a sextile to the earth signs, to Uranus in particular. So we're talking about when it moves into the sign of Cancer, when the planets move into the sign of Cancer, when the planets move into the sign of Pisces. So we're talking about your 11th house, where we have Pisces, and then you have Cancer in your 3rd house. So we are talking about these houses of sociability, being social with people, social with your community, social with groups. So for you, with the sextile energy, it is an easy energy, but it is an energy that you have to work on. So when we have the planets move into the sign of Cancer during the Cancer season every year during this transit, it will bring an opportunity for you to bring light and truth into your relationships that you have with the people that live in your community. It will bring a change, a sudden change in short distance travel. If you have a business, this will help your business. It will bring energy and life and light to this area for you to be able to have brilliant information come into this 3rd house, which is the house of communication. Uranus is a higher octave of Mercury, which is the ruler traditionally of the 3rd house. And so there is this Gemini energy that is in that house of communication. So it's going to bring brilliance and opportunity for you with your small business, or sales opportunities to share your business, marketing with people, marketing your products that you want to sell. This Uranus will bring in the energy to help in that situation. Also with your community, if there is some information that you want to share, Uranus with the brilliance is going to bring the light and the truth to your communication with your siblings, neighbors, cousins, your aunts and uncles. That's 3rd house. So Uranus will help in this situation, but you will have to put forth some effort. So when you know that Cancer season is coming up, this is an opportunity for you to step out in these areas and make life better for yourself and use the energy that is available. Same with Pisces season. This is an opportunity for you to receive some accolades by surprise for your hard work that you have done. In the 10th house area, move to the 11th house, you could receive rewards on surprise, things unexpected that you didn't realize that you were going to receive. You could also have a surprise promotion. You could have a surprise, a nice surprise coming in for groups that you are a part of. Like if you're a part of a church or a part of a sorority or fraternity, this is an opportunity for you to have information to come into you that is powerful. It brings some light within the group. It brings powerful understanding within the group and truth within the group that brings healing to the group that you are part of. Okay, So again, but you want to take action during the Pisces season to tap into this energy. Okay, so that is what I have to add for you for Uranus in your sign, Taurus, and I thank you for watching.